everyone. My name is Briddle-Huyvaert, and I'm a National Sales Director for Mary Kay Cosmetics. And I just want to thank you so much for choosing to listen in for the next few minutes, a little bit about our business opportunity. And maybe you're a good customer. Thank you for that. Maybe you're just a good girlfriend or neighbor or friend or somebody that's really kind of burnt out on the treadmill of life. And you ran into the consultant or director who invited you to listen today. And she said, well, hey, check it out. Doesn't hurt to have a plan B. And hear all the great things that our company is doing and providing for successful women like yourself. So if this is not for you, then maybe you know someone, and that's great too. You can refer a friend, and we really appreciate that as well. So I'm going to try and do this so fast. It's so hard because there's so many incredible things I want to share with you about the business side of Mary Kay. But I want to keep it as brief as I can because I know that time is so important. And so for more information, definitely attend an event or get a phone interview or sit down for a cup of coffee live with someone. But because my family in Mary Kay is all over the country and I'm not always right there in their city, this is to help them be able to say, hey, there's my leader, there's my director, my national. So the next best thing is to tape my story. So again, my name is Bridget, and I started my business many years ago. I was actually 23. I was living in San Diego at the time, and my background, I have a degree in social work, but I never really pursued it because it was really negative. It was real heavy on my heart. I worked for DCFS, and, I felt like I wanted to take all the kids home with me and their pets, and I thought, you know what, that I had to not pursue that career. So I became a personal trainer. My husband at the time was a tennis pro, and so we had a 1-year-old son, no, not quite, 7 months old, at Cole, and we decided to move from Chicago to San Diego to completely start over and just new careers and fresh, clean slate, whatnot. And because he taught tennis, San Diego was another reason why we chose to be out, so he could be outside all year round. So it was through that I was referred to Mary Kay. Somebody in my apartment complex that he met when he was teaching a lesson just called me up and offered me a facial, and I wore no makeup. I was a jock, and I went to be a good sport, loved the skincare, of course, but I was really intrigued when I heard that you could move up and become a director and literally potentially make 6 figures and travel the world, make more money. And for me, I was looking for even just a career that I could stay home with my son because I didn't want to put him in daycare. We didn't have family or friends around us, so I was really concerned about just randomly picking, a place that would take care of him, and I was really scared about that. But also, I grew up in an entrepreneurial family, and through that, it was great to see the benefits of working for yourself, and the harder you work, the luckier you get. And when you work for yourself, when you work for somebody else, it doesn't always work that way. And so I always kind of had that little bug that I wanted to, be my own business owner. So I left the event, the party actually, skincare class. I did buy a lip gloss. I loved the product, but the business is what really intrigued me. And so luckily the consultant told her director about me, and her director called me and said, gosh, I'd love to meet you for a cup of coffee and tell you a little bit more about, leadership. I was a little ambivalent because I thought, I had that little negative imp on my shoulder saying, oh, you don't have a car, you don't know anyone, you just moved here, you don't have any money, you don't wear makeup, you've never been in sales. And so I did kind of, share that with her. She was great. I'll come over this afternoon. So she came over and laid out this amazing business plan. And my father always said, if you want to be successful, a couple of characteristics or things to look for are, be in sales and have a repeatable product, something that's consumable and that, there's a need for it and people would just buy, reorder all the time. And so, wow, everybody takes a shower every day, and women, wash their face every night when they go to bed, and then they put makeup back on and go through it and then have to reorder. So I really fell in love with that idea. But also, I really got excited. She came over and She was so nice and was making six figures. And within 2 years, she made $72,000. She was a former school teacher. And so I like the idea that you could move very quickly or take your time. It just depended on your goals. And so for me, I got really excited and I thought, wow, if I could make this my career, that would be amazing. I was super scared, of course, and very concerned about how I was going to do it. But as my favorite guy, Les Brown, says, leap in the net will be there. And sometimes we never take the leap, and therefore, no risk, no reward. So I thought, I'm going to give it a shot. What do I have to lose? I get the kit. See what happens. So I plugged into her. My father also said, take advice from successful people. And she was. So I listened to what she said. I was coachable, and off to the races I went. 6 months later, won my first free car. 6 months after that, became a director, never looked back. And since then, I've been making six figures ever since. In fact, I think it was just 2 years ago, I was honored or recognized at our annual seminar in Dallas as earning over $2 million so far in my Mary Kay career. So very, very blessed, very grateful for that and for this phenomenal company. My highest commission in 1 month as a national was just under about $26,000 in 1 month. So that was really exciting after I'd really built up, obviously, with at the national sales director level. And I'll tell you about that in just a minute. So, it's been a dream career. I never put my son in daycare. In fact, I have this little picture of him. This was about how old he was when I started. Isn't he so cute? And now he's like, 30 and successful and out the door. But I keep that there as a reminder of my why I got into Mary Kay. And, he always inspired me to want to, create a really great life for him. And so there you have that. But in addition, I love the travel. And I just couldn't believe the 5-star world-class dream vacations that Mary Kay put you on. And, we went all over the world from, having lunch at the highest revolving restaurant in the world to, Venice, Italy, Austria. They took us to a 20,000 square foot palace in Austria. And they had trumpets and fanfare and big red velvet carpet that we walked up and went into the palace ballroom. And all of a sudden, they serenaded us with the Vienna Voice Choir, and taking the gondola ride at night in Venice, Italy, and the Milan. We were in Milan, and they had the La Scala opera singers, give us a private concert. In fact, here it is right there, and I just couldn't believe it. And Maui. We went to Maui, and it was the world famous Four Seasons Resort, and 17 miles of white sand on a private beach. $400 pineapple facials. We golfed one day at a PGA size golf course, and I had a private driver take me to Starbucks every morning. Woo, the little things, right? And just, serenity pools. My favorite was last year we went to Argentina. A dream of mine was to learn tango. No better of a place than in Argentina. That was amazing. I will just share quickly because there's no time to go over all of them. But we did go to the Great Wall of China. Mary Kay rented the entire park, and all the other tours had to leave. And we were there on the 50th anniversary of Mary Kay's beginning of her company. And there I was. It took me 4.5 hours to get to the top. And it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. You can see it from space. I mean, it was unbelievable. And then at the bottom, at the base of the Great Wall, Mary Kay had a live band and fire dancing and feasts. And I mean, that was really, really an amazing memory. So that's just a little snippet of the type of travel. We're getting ready to go to Rome, Italy in just a few weeks, about 6 weeks actually, in Florence, and looking forward to that. We're going to be staying at the amazing Waldorf Astoria in Vatican City. We will have staterooms overlooking the Vatican City and have a private tour of the Vatican. Wow, I can't even, I can't wait for that. That will be quite something as well. So if you like to travel, if you like luxury, then, keep listening for sure. So speaking of luxury, I want to tell you that right now, the big thing that I kind of look for. There's lots of different people that become involved with our company and that choose this as a business opportunity. But there's two main ones that would like to talk about quickly. One, we have what I call the luxury consultant. The luxury consultant, the fantasy consultant, if you will, she is somebody who has a great job right now. She loves what she does, whatever line of work that may be, from a large corporation to a lawyer to teaching, nursing, whatever job or career she's in currently, or full-time at home, whatever. She loves what she does. The money that's coming in currently to their family takes care of their house payment, their bills, they're doing fine. But then at the end of the month, there's just not that quite extra for what I call the luxury items. And it could be that Louis Vuitton bag you've been eyeballing, or you wish you had $4,000 or $5,000 to go on a cruise, with your husband, or take your mother, or whatever. It seems like there's always just a little shortfall of what I call the luxury items in life, or the extras. And again, you're doing great, but by the time you pay everything, and your real estate taxes and your taxes and bills and food and everything else, it's just so hard to justify thinking of a great pair of shoes or whatnot. So this is kind of their luxury money, if you will, for either themselves or their family. And then we have the second type of people coming in are the leaders. And the leaders are people who are like, what? I want to be a director or national so I can afford to go get my own luxury items and pay my bills and my house payment and travel the world. They want to have it all. So those are kind of the two different kinds of people. In that mix, obviously, are people who absolutely love. I have like a little something here. I'm like, I know, it's probably my little dog. Here she is sitting on my lap. I mean, how funny. Anyway, back to the story. So, maybe you're somebody who, again, you love your job, but it's just that little and then some would be so perfect. Cash is queen. And being able to walk in somewhere and pay cash for items and not feel guilty when the credit card bill comes later. So it's kind of the and then some fund, or your shoe fund, or your shoe money, or whatnot. Or again, the leaders, where you want to empower women. You want this to be your career full time. You want to go all the way, like myself. And I'll tell you, at my level, I am not the highest paid woman. We have women making $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a year as national sales directors. So it could be real big money. It could be money is a really relative thing, by the way. What one person thinks is a lot of money, the next person doesn't. So that's for you to decide what kind of an income you would like to make. So those are the two kinds of people we're looking for. And honestly, we have put people in directorship in 3 months. Yes, there's a new program going on right now that they're currently doing just for a short time until the end of June, and that we're really excited about. That somebody who's working a full-time job or not, they could literally come in and get up and running, and within 3 months be a sales director. And in terms of how quickly you can make money, it's as quick as you want to start. The minute you start doing your presentations, your skincare seminars, your beauty experiences, marketing on social media, getting the word out with your friends and family about this amazing product, giving out samples and books, it's cash and carry. And so you make a 50% commission of everything that you sell. And the startup cost, people say, well, how much does it cost? It's $100. I mean, seriously, that is wonderful. $100, you get a marketing kit filled with $400 of product. It's a beautiful black travel bag, and that alone is fun. It's like a nice purse. So it's $100 to get your kit, $30 to get your website going that Mary Kay builds for you. We have local training or training called MK University online. If you want to be on in the middle of the night and your kids are asleep, or you have some time during the day, you can actually become MK certified and going through different trainings online. But you can also, attend a weekly event with the director and get fantastic training as well. So you got your kit, you got your training. Inventory is optional. You can stock inventory so that you can have your product right away for your client, or you can take orders and deliver it later, or you can even do a drop ship where if you don't have it, you can have the company ship it directly from the warehouse, which is always great too. So let's make your money. 50% commission off your sales. You've got reorders 3 to 4 months later, not even, probably like a month or two later. They're running out of product, so they're restocking. You have tax deductions because you work from home. That's an avenue of income. And then, of course, you've got team building. Team building is when you refer other entrepreneurs. And who are these people? Well, it's called the U economy. I don't know if you saw this in Success magazine, but by the year 2020, 50% of the workforce are going to be independent contractors, direct sales, freelance people. The whole workforce is changing, and the cubicles are getting emptier and emptier because people want to work from home, have their own business. They don't want to commute anymore, work 80 hours a week. They're looking for side gigs so they're able to be more flexible around children and just take more control of their time and their finances. So entrepreneurship is like the booming subject right now. This is the perfect time to look for people who have been talking about having their own business. So you either meet them through your customers or your presentations, or we do chamber events. I mean, you'll learn all this in training where you meet people. I meet people every day. They're looking for a way to start a business nominally. And so when you refer 1, 2, 3, 4 people, you get 4% commission as a thank you from Mary Kay for finding them on what they order. When you have 5 or more, you'll get 9 to 13% commission. So I have consultants making $25 a month to $2,500 a month. It just depends on how big your team is and what orders are going in. The last thing I'm going to finish on, because I promised to keep this under 20 minutes, is leadership. And that's what I wanted. Now, you could be in the company a year or two and then decide, you know what, time for me to become a director. Or you could be in one day and be like, I want that. I want to be a director. And that was me. I was like, you know what, if I'm going to do it, I want to go all the way. I want to earn a car, become a director. I don't know if I mentioned to you that I did not have a car when I started. And so I thought, well, I need to earn the car and become a director. That's it. So that'll be another training I'll do on what I did exactly to get that rolling without having a babysitter and a car. But I wanted to be a director. So I just started, as I was doing my presentations, I started looking for people that might want to have their own business and just start building a team immediately. And all you need is 8 people on your team to go into qualification. And it's a 1 to 3 month process where you get your 8 and you develop those team members into a total of 24. And you're a director. That's it. And at that point, you'll start getting 23% commissions on your team and bonuses quarterly. And your director or consultant will go through that a little bit more, write it down on paper for you, but I'm kind of moving quickly. And then that's when you qualify for the wonderful pink Cadillac. Yes, I've earned 12 of them. They are so fantastic. I'm driving currently the new CT6, and it's got movie theaters in the back seat, PlayStation, drives itself, parks itself. It's fantastic. And then, of course, national. The quickest anybody became my level was 1 year and 8 months, and I think that record was even beaten recently. So just about a year and a half. If you really, pedal to the metal and focused, you just don't need to build 20 leaders under you, and it's a real. I just kind of glossed over that because of time, but it's about becoming a director, building a big sales organization, and through that, plucking out women who want to be directors like you and helping them get promotions. And so when you have 20, basically 10, and then out of those 10, they're building leaders under them, then you're a national sales director. The reason national is such an exciting position, and it's just fantastic because you're empowering other women, is what I do is I lead the leaders now and I inspire them with their sales forces. And so what we do is we do quarterly events, and we're giving all of our secrets. Whatever you want to know, we will tell you. What do you want to know? We'll tell you how to get to where you need to go. Um, at my level, we get a Cadillac of our choice every couple of years, or we get $1,400 a month to get any car we want. We get world-class dream vacations every year, and of course, a family security plan that is amazing. When you're 65, Mary Kay will give you 60% of your income for 15 years with survivor benefits. If something happened, then the money would go to your family. So what this is all about, you could just be a luxe or luxury consultant and purchase your kit, get your product wholesale, have some savings there, have some tax write-offs. When you want to see a handbag, pair of shoes, you want to go on a cruise, we can break it down exactly what you need to do in your sales and your presentations in order to achieve that. And you just want fun money, or if you need it right now to get into a home for a down payment, or if you want to come in and become a director and make the big girl money and be like, you know what, I want to make $20,000 a month. I think that would be great. Maybe you want to be the breadwinner. Maybe you're single, right? And so we can walk you through while you're still working another job. We're used to that. We're 80 to 90% really blend this with something else until they make the leap and then they're a director. So the choice is yours. I hope you heard something interesting. I know it was super fast, but I wanted to be able to make it that way so I didn't take too much of your time. I'm assuming and hoping you've tried the product. If not, please do so. It's amazing. I'm going to make another video on that for sure. The products are outstanding, and people are looking for Mary Kay products. We need people to market them. We need a whole new young generation coming in to get the word out. And we just thank you so very, very much for logging in today and listening to this. And I hope you heard something interesting. And come join us and be a part of the U economy and be a part of the women's movement, entrepreneurship. So have a beautiful day. And again, please let your consultant know that you were able to listen to this, give her your feedback, ask questions, go online, look at her website. We'll get any information to you that you need. And again, we thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day.